Okay, off the text line, 441140 is our text line. Can you give me a rough estimate of what type of credit score and income I need to get into a $100,000 to $150,000 home in Rancho Cordova? The income portion of it is tough, as I sit here on the radio with no calculator in my hand. And a lot of it depends on how much other debt you have. I mean, a $150,000 house on an FHA loan is probably, $950 a month with taxes and insurance included. So your income would need to be around $3,000 gross, maybe, assuming you don't have a lot of debt. Your credit score probably needs to be, ideally 640 or higher, maybe 620 if there's some other programs. So, if you're over 640 and your income's over, over $2,500, you're probably okay in that range. If it's not, you can get a cosigner. That's an option as well, because a cosigner will add income. It will not make up for bad credit. So keep that in mind. We talked about that earlier too. Let's get in one more call before we have to take the break. Mark has been patiently holding. Mark, welcome to Talkin Money. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Good. Hey, I have a question. I had a short sale that closed on November 4th of last year, and I paid down some debt since then, and I just checked my credit scores, and they've gone up exponentially.
Yeah.
And it's like well into the 700.
Right.
So, and the short sale does show as a settlement on my credit score.
Yep.
Is there a period of time it takes before that will hit your credit score? Because
No, and
I'm expecting it to go down like 100 points.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the short sale, and if you can do it right, and generally what I mean by that is that the lender doesn't force you to stop sending them money, so you start getting 30-day lates on your credit report, and what hurts your credit score on a short sale is the process of getting the short sale done, which means that in many cases people either stop sending payments because they think they have to or they need to, or the lender tells them to stop doing it, and then they get all these mortgage lates and their credit score goes into the tank. So if you're able to do a short sale the good way, which basically means, hey, I'll keep paying you guys until you accept the short sale, the only way and this is where lenders like myself and people have gotten caught in the past, because when they first started happening, we weren't used to looking for them, is that you look at someone's credit score immediately, and I go, hey, Mark's got a 700 credit score. This is cool. We can do a loan for Mark all day long, any day. But if you don't read down through the report and look under the closed mortgage section, there's a little line that says, either settled for less than full balance or some kind of verbiage. Well, that doesn't get picked up in your credit score, but it still says it's a short sale. So it still leaves you with that 2 to 3 year window of having to wait to do something else. And so it gives you a little bit of a false sense of hope for home buying. But the nice thing is it did preserve your credit score for everything else you want to do.
Yeah, so if that being said, and it's showing on there, and it hasn't affected my credit score now,
it won't.
It won't?
No, it won't, because because typed in verbiage is not one of the categories that credit scores are looking for. So they're looking for specific events. Mark didn't make his October payment. Mark was 30 days late on September. Mark was filed a notice of default. These are the kind of things that the credit score can pick up. They can't pick up the fact that you and the bank just agreed to settle for less than full balance. It doesn't pick up.
Oh, interesting.
So
hey, it's good no matter how you look at it. I know I'm not going to be able to buy a house for a couple of years.
Yeah, it's the lesser of two evils. Let's put it that way. Your house isn't sitting around vacant. It's not getting vandalized. Another person was able to buy it. You're able to get cut bait and get on. The bank got most of their money back, and your credit score was salvaged. It is the lesser of two evils for sure.
All right, cool. Well, hey, thanks a lot. I appreciate your advice.
Yep, Mark, have a good day. Good call. That was a good one. He had a lot of good information there. So we got a couple phone lines have opened up at 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, or you can text me at 441140. When I come back from the break, we'll take one more call. We'll take Ryan there real quick. But when I come back, I want to read you some of this verbiage and a little bit of the Q&A about the $25 billion proposed settlement. And the reason I say proposed is that nobody signed this thing yet. Okay? The president's already announced it. I have a formal printout from HUD. It's in the Wall Street Journal. It's in the B. And to my knowledge, this deal isn't signed. And the problem, and the downside to all this, for me, I think, is that this isn't. You would hope this would be the end. I mean, aren't you just sick and tired of reading these articles? I mean, it would be nice if the banks put up $25 billion and said, okay, you know what? Nobody else can sue us. We're done with this. We're done looking backwards. And unfortunately, that ain't what it means. And so there's going to be more issues coming ahead, too. So okay, the phone line's lined up. Let's see if we can get Ryan in real quick. Hey, Ryan, welcome to Talkin Money. How you doing?
Good, thank you. Thanks for taking my call.
Yep.
I heard you say something about the restructuring of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Are they going to be doing something for where you're going to be able to get approved for a loan on a home, on a refinance for a home that's upside down?
Well, they've always had that program, and they refer to that as the HARP, H-A-R-P, HARP 1. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have always had a program. If you were upside down to the point, every lender's a little different. It's about 105 to 115% loan to value. So if you're upside down by basically a little bit, and your mortgage was originated prior to March of 2009, that Fannie and Freddie would allow you to come back in and refinance with no PMI, assuming you didn't have PMI to begin with, and go forward. HARP 2, the next phase of that, which is supposed to come out in the middle of next month, which we're now taking reservations for, is the next level of that. You still, as it stands right now, your mortgage still had to have been originated prior to March of 2009. But if that's the case, and you're way upside down, they're going to allow you to come in and refinance, and basically they're going to ignore the loan-to-value criteria, the value of your home.
Even if it's not already, what if it's not a Fannie Mae loan?
Okay, if it's not
another bank.
Yeah, well, Fannie Mae is not a bank. So right. Just because you're paying Wells or Chase or Citibank, that doesn't necessarily mean they own the mortgage. So as I mentioned in the first hour, everybody needs to know who really is the owner of your mortgage. So go, maybe you've already done this, Ryan, but Google, does Fannie Mae own my loan? And Fannie Mae is Fannie. So does Fannie Mae, M-A-E, own my mortgage, or does Freddie Mac own my mortgage? Google those terms. And find
mine's owned by Aurora Loan Services,
okay, so,
an investment group.
Right. So yours was not sold to Fannie and Freddie. So you're gonna Mark Ryan, tune in right after the commercial break here. I'm going to talk to you about what is being proposed for you. And yes, what came out of this week is specifically designated for the Ryans of the world. And I'm going to talk about that after the break. So if you tune in, and I'm going to cover that the next break. I promise.
All right. Hey, Jeff.
Okay, we'll put Ryan back on hold. We'll get Ryan a T-shirt or some cupcakes or something. Go ahead.
All right, Jeff, let me give out a quick quiz question here as we go. Just announced here, Los Angeles Lakers are going to be retiring a jersey number here next season. Which player are they going to retire the next jersey?
Kobe. Oh, he's still wearing his.
He's still wearing his. So let's go ahead and go to break. When we get back, give us a call.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, or you can text us at 441140.
And again, what number or what player is going to be the 8th Laker to have his number retired?
Next season. If you're on hold, we'll get right back to you when we come back, I promise. My name is Jeff Tarbell. That's Nick Perjanik. We'll be right back.